Hello again, everyone. I'm Mike Peenan here with Inner City All-Star Classic alum Tamara Moore. And Tamara, you've had quite a history here. Do you want to explain that for us?
Well, just a little background as far as me. When I was in high school, there wasn't any women's Inner City All-Star Classic, so I actually had to participate in the guys. I was the first female to do that. There was one other player, Mari Horton, who played in the guys game the next season, but once that happened, it became opportunity for more girls, so they decided to create a women's game. So it's really exciting to be a part of history and see where the event has been taken.
Now, you were in this event in 1998, and what was that like, having to play with being the only female in a roster full of men?
It was very interesting. I mean, I had the opportunity to know majority, pretty much every guy that I was playing with, so I had played against them a lot. You know, that's how I worked on my skills, and that's how I got better. But to know that that was the opportunity that was presented to me, it just let me know that the women's game hadn't developed as much as I would have wanted it to when I was in high school. But to see where it is now with the WNBA and be able to play overseas and to be able to have events like this based on my history, it's a good experience.
And going off of that a bit, to me, how has the game changed for women's basketball and in general in the last 10 years? You talked about the WNBA, and how has that changed too? Because that was just upstart league when you graduated from high school.
It was actually, I think, only 1 year into the WNBA when I actually graduated from high school. I think it has really developed the mentality of women's players, being able to know that they have an avenue to where once they're finished with college, there is somewhere else that they can go other than playing overseas, and being able to have something to strive for, you know, here back at home. So I think just the game in itself, just as far as the fundamentals has changed, as well as just the dynamic of each player, women dunking now. So, I mean, it's really grown a lot since the '98 season when I graduated from high school.
Now, do you follow the players that go up into college and professional play?
I actually got a chance to follow Angel. She actually played at the University of Marquette. I know a couple players there, so I got the chance to follow her. I followed her career in high school and seen how successful she was. And she actually won the WNIT championship this year, as I did my second year as a sophomore. So she got it 1 year before me, but I've definitely been able to watch her. I got to coach a couple of the players that are playing now. So I'm pretty in tune with what's going on, especially because I'm here and I'm from here.
And what opportunities do you think they've had, and how has the high school game developed since your time?
I think a lot of the players are a lot quicker, a lot more dynamic. Like I said before, women are dunking now at lots of different heights. And I think just the opportunity of the way the game has grown, to be able to take the next level, to be able to pursue college, whether it be summer basketball, whether it be, you know, All-American camps, you know, games like this. I think the game in itself has developed a lot. You know, at first when the women started first playing, the numbers and ratio were so much to be, you know, 1 in 20 for women and maybe 1 in 3 for men. Now it's still 1 in 3 for men, and now it's 1 in 4 for women. So, I mean, obviously that's a big gap that we've covered to become a lot stronger in this sport itself.
Now, you've had some experience in the WNBA. What adjustments did you have to make for that, because you're playing at the professional level, and then with the rule changes that they made with the shorter shot clock and the switch to quarters, that players should be aware of if they get lucky enough to get the chance to play in the WNBA?
I think the WNBA, just with the small changes in the rules, is not the biggest obstacle. The biggest obstacle is playing against women that are seasoned veterans, that have played in this game for, you know, 15, 20 years, have played overseas, and just the strength and the speed of these type of players, it makes it a lot more difficult. But to be able to have the opportunity to play 4 years of college and then to conquer that next level of the WNBA makes it so much easier.
You said you're taking a year off. What goals do you have left that you want to achieve? And even if your career were to end now, what would you look back on?
I definitely look back on my high school years, being able to say that the high school that I went to is the first and still the only inner city high school to win a state championship, and to be able to look back and know that those memories and those players really helped me to develop myself and my game to be able to take, you know, myself to the next level. In college, I definitely would take away a lot of the things that I've learned from my coaches and things like that. And in the WNBA, just every experience there, it is a great experience to be drafted. I think that's the biggest accomplishment there that I would really take away from that.
And do you have any last advice for the players as they go into college, possibly WNBA? What tips would you give them to help them succeed in the athletic and academic field?
I think the biggest thing that I can say is always know that your choices are your choices. The choice that you make is the one that you got to live with. And I think for me, if I could go back knowing what I know now, 10 years later, I would change a lot. But at the same time, I know that the path I've taken is the path that I was given. So I just say that make sure that they make the right decisions, study hard, and work hard on and off the court, and everything they want, they'll get.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tamara Moore.